I welcome you to this session of ISO 14001 2015 Environment Management System Standard, and today we discuss clause number 9.2.2 Internal Audit Program. So as usual, first of all, I'll read out the requirement to you as given in the standard. So clause 9.2.2 Internal Audit Program. The organization shall establish, implement and maintain internal audit program, including the frequency, methods, responsibilities, planning requirements and reporting of its internal audits. When establishing the internal audit program, the organization shall take into consideration the environmental importance of the processes concerned, changes affecting the organization, and the results of the previous audits. The organization shall, A, B, C, there are 3 points in this, define the audit criteria and scope for each audit, select auditors and conduct audits to ensure objectivity and impartiality of the audit process. And C, ensure that the results of the audit are reported to relevant management. And last para says, the organization shall retain documented information as evidence of the implementation of the audit program and the audit results. So that's all in this program. This is a medium kind of clause, and we will now discuss it in more detail. So as you understand, the title of the clause is Internal Audit Program. So we are going to talk about how we carry out the internal audit, what records are to be maintained, and what formats are to be used. The formats I have already given you in the previous session, which I took last Sunday, and I would like to elaborate more on one aspect. The numbering of the formats starts with serial number, then the audit, the procedure number, SP. So SP or operating system procedure, then you can write OSP, and standard operating system procedure. You can take any name that you like, but system procedure is the normal nomenclature that we use. And then oblique, it gives SP oblique the clause number. So the clause number has to be there. So at second place comes the clause number, and third place normally you see 01. 01 means the first procedure on this topic, and after that .F01. .F01 means this is the first procedure, first format of that procedure. So 01 is the procedure and .F01 is the format number. .F02 will be format number 2, F03 format number 3, F04 format number 4, and so on. So I thought I will elaborate more on this aspect, and now we come back to our requirement on clause number 9.2.2 Internal Audit Program. So as the requirement says, the company has to establish, implement and maintain internal audit program. So an internal audit program is to be chalked out on the format which I have already given to you. So in the previous session I discussed the audit formats. So there you can have a look, and the very first format is the internal audit program, and including the frequency, what frequency have to be there. So there is a format for defining the frequency also, the method of carrying out the audits, the responsibilities, who is going to be the senior auditor, who are going to be the auditors working under him, and so responsibilities, then the planning, how we are planning the requirements, what requirements are going to be covered in that particular audit, and the reporting of the internal audit, how this reporting is going to take place. So all these things are according to the formats which we have discussed already in the previous session. And when establishing the internal audit program, the organization shall take into consideration the environmental importance of the process concerned. So we have to take into account the environmental importance of the process concerned when we chalk out a program for auditing that particular requirement. The changes affecting the organization and results of the previous audits. The results of the previous audits have to be kept in mind, or they have to be reviewed during the audit which we carry out, the internal audit that we carry out. Now it says, next para, the organization shall define the audit criteria and scope for each audit. What area of the division or the section is going to be covered, whether the entire area or only some part of it. So accordingly, we have to define that and define the audit criteria. Audit criteria is anything that we discuss during the audit, that becomes the audit criteria. So audit criteria is nothing but whatever is pertaining to that particular clause is all audit criteria. That means the requirements and the people concerned. So they are all part of the audit criteria. Then it says, B says, select auditors and conduct audits to ensure objectivity and the impartiality of the audit process. So we have to pick the auditors in such a way so that they are impartial to the audit. They do not belong to the same section. If an auditor belongs to the same section, he will definitely try to hide the weak links pertaining to the working of that particular section. And therefore, it is essential that we pick up the auditors so that they are able to do it in an impartial manner. So the objectivity of the audit and the impartiality of the audit has to be maintained. And the next point is, ensure that the results of the audits are reported to the relevant management. So all the audits have to be recorded in the formats which have been provided, and the findings have to be recorded on the report which is for which the format is there, and we have to define what is the non-conformity like, and what are the how we can correct it, the corrective action, and then also the preventive action. So the corrective and preventive actions both have to be defined in the format, and then this has to be signed by the auditor and auditee both, and then the auditor has to, after the due date, when the auditor gives a date by which the corrective action and the correction must be carried out, and then he comes back again to check whether it has been done accordingly or not. So at that time, the auditor has to show that they have carried out the necessary corrections and corrective actions have been taken, and ensure that the results of the audits are reported to the relevant management. and we have to ensure that finally these formats, after completion of the formats, they are submitted to the top management for review, and they normally review it in the management review meeting. And last para is the organization shall retain documented information. So the documented information here means the records of these audits have to be maintained. The records have to be maintained in the formats which are prescribed, and these records have to be maintained as evidence of the implementation of the audit program and as part of the audit results. And the audit results have to be distributed to the people who are concerned with the audit. That means the head of the division, the supervisor who is concerned, the people who carry out the activity, and anybody who is concerned with the audit. So we have to distribute the audit results to all these people. So we come to the end of this particular para, and I hope you have understood the requirement fully and completely. But by any chance, if you have any doubt on the requirement, then please give your comment below this video, and I will try to explain to you once again. And if you are liking my videos, please give me a thumbs up, give me a like, and also share my videos with your friends and colleagues, so that the discussion which takes place between us, they can also take advantage of that discussion. So, and please do not forget to subscribe to my channel and also press the bell icon, so that as and when I load the video pertaining to this particular clause, you will be able to see it without any delay, only if you have pressed the bell icon and also subscribe to my channel. So please do it without any fail. And thank you very much, and we meet again on next Sunday, and then we shall be discussing clause number 9.3, which is management review. So we shall be discussing management review on next Sunday. Bye bye, and see you again. Bye.